A good trade walk is a work of art. I mean, you're having fun with the customer at their car and educating them at the same time. Okay? The power of the paperwork, price, here's what you learn. Jimmy already said it, but I'm just going to give you the details. He said everything, and he's right. Price paid for previous vehicle, whether it was cash, purchase, or lease, finance source, interest rate, term on the last purchase, payment amount, cash down, trade equity or negative equity, F&I or aftermarket benefits purchased. Look, when you lease, at the end of the lease, what are your options?
Buy.
I exercise the buy option with my wife's car. It's the first time I've done that, okay? But it was just too good a deal, I mean, 11 grand back of wholesale, I got to buy that vehicle. All right, okay. I could trade it. Every other time I've traded it and there was equity, so I had a down payment, I had positive equity going in. I could have just given them the keys back. I could have extended the lease if there was, let's say it's June and I'm waiting for the new model years to come out in the fall. I could have just extended the lease. So you have tons of options. That was after 36 months. If I financed it for 72 months, and let's say I had the same payment, what are my options at the end of 36 months if I financed it for 72 months? Keep paying, because I probably don't have any equity. Well, these days I would, but in regular times I wouldn't have had any equity. I don't have any options. Leasing gives the customer more options. Now, if a customer keeps their car for years and years and years, they're not a good lease candidate. All right, but anybody that drives between 10 and 30,000 miles a year is a great lease candidate. But Atlanta, terrible lease market. Tampa, terrible lease market. Go to New Jersey, I'm going to guess 70 to 85% of all the Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams are leased. California, 70 to 80% of all the Chryslers, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams are leased.
They barely drive. They use public transportation.
Say again?
They use public transportation. They barely drive.
Well, up north, the cars are worthless at the end of 3 years because of the rust. Okay, like I get this question all the time. When I sold cars, was it, a used car, was this a northern car? Right. If it's a northern car, it's not worth as much as a southern car because of the salt on the roads. All right. Obviously there's no demand for leasing among consumers.
I think
We don't have the same as it
good
is
lease,
finance.
special, whatever.
Say again?
The payment is almost the same as
Same.
finance.
That's on a 72-month loan versus a 36-month lease, right?
Yeah.
See, that's not apples to apples.
And
At the end of 36 months, I still owe a ton of money, and I don't have any options if I purchased it. If I leased it, I've got 4 options. If it's the finest vehicle I've ever had,
I was Dodge forever. Don't sell lease.
just
Don't do this. Don't offer lease.
what happens if the customer leases from you? What are the chances of them coming back here for the next vehicle? Off the charts high.
99999.
Off the charts high. You know what the #1 factor is that determines whether a customer comes back to the same dealer to buy their next vehicle? The length of the finance contract. If it's short term, if it's a 24-month contract, 86% of the time they buy their next vehicle at the same dealership. If it's 84 months, it drops down to 1%.
No, they kept the car.
Or they tried to trade it and couldn't. Okay, they tried to trade it at 36 or 48 or 60. And when a customer can't trade with us, again, negative equity really, does it even exist right now?
Yeah.
Once in a while.
Once in a while, but what do you think it's going to be in 3 years? But if the customer comes back here and cannot trade because they have negative equity, who are they mad at? They're mad at the industry, okay? Even if they didn't buy the damn thing from us, they're still mad at us because we can't trade them out of it. Sir, you can trade out of it, you'll just need $36,000 in cash, okay? Any problem here? Well, no. All right. I was just curious. Again, Atlanta's the same way. The only people that lease in Atlanta are Lexuses and Audis and you know, Highlines, Mercedes,